Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Paul with Spheric Reptiles, and I brought OJ, our pastel orange dream ball python, with me to, let's see if I can get him to straighten out for you, to talk to you guys real quick about what our breeder responsibility is at Spheric Reptiles. First of all, is to make sure that all of our animals are happy, or as happy as a snake can be, because I really do feel like they have emotions, because I'm not just the food guy. I'm not just the fucking food guy, but what I am is their positive experience to their external environments outside of their tubs. Of course, you can see behind me, I got snakes all around me, but they live in these tubs and this is their home. But I do take them out, as you've seen in my other videos. I try to come up with creative ways to bring them enrichment or exercise. And I feel like that's very important. Just taking them out and moving them around so they can actually work their muscles, you know, take some deep breaths. I try to, when I'm holding them, I really try to make sure that they don't get to do everything that they want, and I can feel them kind of tightening up. And I'm pretty sure that everybody that has any type of snake or any type of reptile knows exactly what I'm talking about. It seems like they want to get away, and then when you get them kind of tired and they'll stop moving after a while, they'll get settled in. But, you know, that's one of the joys that I get from actually owning ball pythons or any reptile that I've owned over the years, whether they're an aggressive snake or they're not, or they're a monitor lizard or an iguana, because I've had pretty much every reptile over the course of, I guess, from my early childhood that I want, every reptile that I wanted. So now we just have primarily the ball pythons, and we got Fuck You Fred, the bearded dragon. But this video is just about the responsibility of reptile breeders. Now, I just recently saw a video, and I'll put the thumbnail for the video right here. And it was actually a podcast. And I really wish I had more time to watch podcasts, but I don't. That's just, most podcasts just last so long. And for my life, I'm just too busy. I'm just too busy either taking care of snakes or doing something else. So I'll watch the regular videos. But for me to watch a podcast, if I do, it'll just be clips. And I do that even with the Rare Genetics podcast, to where I only watch small clips of it. But on this one podcast, and it's here, and I want you guys to go check it out. He was actually talking about a breeder that was culling snakes, and it never crossed my mind. I mean, it never crossed my mind to ever try to kill a reptile or to kill your pet. So you're caring for it, you're loving it, and then all of a sudden you think you should kill it because either A, you have too many, or B, they're not selling. So both are bad things to do. And I'll definitely try to keep this positive and tell you what we do. And I don't know why people would do that. I would imagine that the cost will get up. And so as part of our business plan at Spheric Reptiles, one of the things that we thought about ahead of time, because Lynn and I both have had multiple dogs, and as anyone with dogs know, if you get more than 3 or 4, then the cost of that goes up way high with vet bills, dog food, and I like big dogs. So, and right now we don't have any dogs because as they lived and they died, you know, it's very, very hard to get over that emotional breakup, which was the main selling point from my end to Lynn about the snakes, is that, hey, they live more than 10 years. They live more than 5 or 6 years, like the bigger dogs. So with that, you know, I know that when people breed animals, and, you know, we will hopefully get a clutch of eggs, but soon, you know, very soon. So at the beginning of February, we're expecting our first clutch of eggs, but that's working towards a project from our business plan to get us to our goals of what we want to initially breed and produce, and then what we ultimately want to breed and produce. So again, it's going to that point and making an X. Let me see if OJ will let me do it. So we're going to go to a point, and then we're going to differentiate like that. And hopefully we'll be able to bring out something that's new and innovative that has not been seen before. And that's our goal. I mean, that's our goal. So, you know, and I know that if an animal is born and it's overly kinked, it's not able to survive, then yeah, you'd probably have to cull it. And for those that don't know what culling is, it's just killing your animals that aren't, it's just killing your animals. I mean, so you can have a justified reason to kill an animal. So if it's not able to feed on its own, if it's kinked, like in the case of ball pythons, if it doesn't have a clear airway, if there's just some genetic or physical abnormality that will keep that animal from living. Now, if an animal's too small, then I'm going to make every effort that I can to make sure that I, assist feed it, force feed it, whatever I have to do to get it to where it can actually get up and it can do its own thing and kind of go its own direction. Kind of like OJ. OJ is hard-headed. He's always been a hard-headed snake, never sat still. I really feel like if this is going to be a common practice, because everybody got into ball pythons during COVID, right? A lot of people did. We chose not to because I just saw the prices were too high. But now you have all these people that are trying to sell off their collections because they got too big, too fast. And now their ball pythons aren't being sold or whatever it is. So, and I understand that that's a cost. I mean, it's a cost for everybody that we can't get around. We spent over $4,000 on live rodents last year and about $2,000 on frozen thawed. So that just lets you know about how often you got to feed. And that's probably the same as what you would feed on dog food if you had 3 or 4 large dogs. So it's not something that people don't take into consideration. But the one thing that I would like for everybody to take into consideration is the fact that if you don't want your animals, there's plenty of people that are willing to adopt them. There's other breeders that might be willing to accept them. Now, if you're looking to get some crazy price for all of them, I don't know. But I would definitely reach out to a lot of other groups or people before you choose that route, because these are amazing pets. In fact, out of all the reptiles, minus their activity, the ease of keeping them, the ball pythons, and their care requirements are so small that makes them a great pet to have, period. I mean, there's no fur, so there's very little allergies. If you're allergic to snake skin, that's unique. It's really unique. So if nothing else, guys, thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe on this video on what you think. And as always, enjoy your time with your reptiles like OJ, and enjoy your time that you have with your family.